Hello and welcome to the Love and Light channel. We're happy to have you here to learn some new things about love and light and awakening to more joy and more happiness and more peace in your life. Today we're going to talk about tuning into our higher self and being true to our inner self. And when we need guidance, knowing how to find that guidance within. We all maybe have favorite places that we like to pray or meditate. And a good way to tune into higher realms and other dimensions is to be in that place of peace and safety. For some, it's maybe out in nature. Others, it might be by water. Others, it might be in the tub or in a yoga room, just by yourself doing yoga or in a yoga pose. Wherever's your place to relax and be at peace is a good place to learn how to find your higher guides and higher guidance. I have had higher guides tune in. I've tuned into them all through my life once I learned how to do it, and it's a wonderful way to learn more about yourself and about those other people that love you. We all have guardian angels, and they are with us all the time. Some of you might be more attuned to them. You might feel them around you. I feel them often, especially if I call for help. I feel them around me. And they've helped me many, many times. And also, when I'm doing my quiet meditation time, I'll often call on God or Mother God. And I have a special name for Mother God that I was taught was her name, for me anyway, and it's Ahana Wahonan. And when I call that name, she comes to me. And I've found that you can learn to recognize different voices from different guides. And I started to explore different ones and ask them their names when I was in a meditative state. When you get very calm and tune into your inner self, then you can reach to higher realms or dimensions to reach these people or these entities, these souls and spirits that want to help us and want us to become more enlightened. And we can ask them all sorts of questions that we might be wondering about: how to deal with everyday things, how to deal with our children, our families, problems we might be having. I often go to one of my favorite angels is Gabriel, and also Michael. If I'm needing strength and courage, I'll call on Archangel Michael for help. And I feel his assistance around and his strength. And I feel Gabriel's assistance for my work in healing, because I work with Gabriel and the ethereal winds to help in healing others. So you can find out who your angels and guides are by getting quiet and finding that inner part of where your soul dwells, and then reaching up to a higher realm and calling. See, I would like to meet my guides, or I would like to meet my angels that can help me at this time. And then an angel will come, or a guide. You can ask a question and then listen. And how you listen is how they kind of speak to your heart. And you'll get a little message and a prompting. And the same goes for God. A lot of people need to connect directly to God, which is great. God is the person that we all will listen to all of our problems and answer all our prayers. He's not too busy. God loves us all. He created us and he loves us, and he'll be there for us in any kind of direction we might need. And he has helped me many, many times. I'll go directly to God and say, please help me with this or that. And I immediately feel assistance. I have many examples and stories and some of them I share in my book that I've just released, The Path of Love and Light. In it is a section on tuning into higher guides and how you do that. And I explain some of my guides and the ways they've helped me at different times in my life. Sometimes, like maybe when I'm driving and need to stay awake, I'll say a little prayer that my guardian angels will be with me, and suddenly I'll feel them sitting right by my side, and I know I'm not alone in trying to do something. One of the really cool stories that I have had, and I've had many, many times of healing and help from angels and guidance from angels. But one day we were in this old blue van, and we were traveling with my family, my children, and my husband. And the old blue, we called her Old Blue. She was an old Ford van, and she was a girl van. And she was a good old steady thing, but she was getting old. And the gas gauge did not work that well. And so sometimes we might think we had a half a tank, and we only, and then it was suddenly dropped to almost empty. And it could do that at any time. And so we never knew for sure what was accurate on it. Well, we're traveling out in Utah in the middle of the desert. No, we're out there out in the boonies. There's no towns for a while, and no gas stations or anything. It's just the desert. And I looked at the gauge, and it looked on empty, and I said, it's saying we're running out of gas. And we're concerned because there was nothing out there. And I says, okay, everybody start praying. Let's see if we can get some help from our angels right now. And the van did run out of gas. And interestingly, though, we kept moving. And I don't think we were on a hill. We might have been on a slight hill, but I could feel something above us pushing us. And I said, wow, this is pretty cool, guys. Keep praying. And we just kept moving down the road. It was a level road. It didn't seem like it was downhill at all, just level. And we're all kind of looking around each other like, wow, how's this happening? How's this working? And interestingly enough, we just kept coasting along. And then suddenly we come to an exit, and it kept moving right up, kind of up a hill in the exit. And right after the exit, right up the hill was a gas station, and it moved up and went right in front of the gas fuel tank and stopped. So it was like, I don't know how I came up the hill and up around, but those are the kind of miracles that we've had. And I said, okay, everybody, thank your angels. And if we have faith in our angels and God, these things will happen all the time. Because these people, you may not see them, but you can sense them and you can feel them. And you can ask them for help at any time. And so I think it's important that you know that you're not alone in this world with the craziness going on out there. And there's so much misinformation out there, and nobody knows really what's true at all. And so what I have to do is tune in to my inner self and my higher guides and listen to what they have to say about what's going on. And then I'll kind of get a peace and a direction about the right way and the truth out there. And just so you know, there's just not a lot of truth out on the social media or the internet at this point. So we have to rely on something different. We have to rely on our spiritual self and our inner self and our higher self and those higher guides that are here to help us at this interesting and kind of exciting but also difficult time. People are confused. A lot of the things they've always believed have been challenged, and it's okay. It's okay to be challenged and try to find out what is working and what isn't working. And maybe you're raised in a certain religion or belief system, and suddenly it's got a lot of conflicts and contradictions, and you don't understand why you're feeling that. You're not feeling the peace that you used to feel in a certain place. And that's a good sign, because it means that you're looking deeper within yourself and trying to find the truth. And we all have the truth within us. If we find that inner part of ourselves, our true soul, and listen to our inner voice and our higher self and our higher guides, they're helping us to get through some of this craziness. There's a lot of people out there now working to help, light workers all over the world, working to try to help the world raise to a higher vibration and to raise to a more heavenly kind of a place where love prevails and peace prevails and beauty prevails. And good health prevails. And then, of course, there's the dark side that keeps fighting against that always has fought against it. But the light is winning. According to my guides and angels, we are winning all over the world right now. And the world is going to be raising out of this darkness into a higher dimension. And those that are ready will go to that. And those that aren't ready won't. So it's a good time to kind of start listening to your inner self and what is the best way to go. Listen to guides and good friends, and you can tell the good ones because you get a feeling of peace, of hope, of love. Love is a really powerful energy that you'll feel, and you'll feel it around certain people, and those are the people you should surround yourself with. People of love and light and peace and hope, and stay away from the darkness and the contention. The dark energies are trying to get people against each other. They're trying to get people to live in fear. And people are awakening and getting out of that and releasing that fear. Saying, no, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to buy into this media that keeps trying to make us all afraid. I'm going to buy into love and light and God and peace and hope and goodness. And we need to keep fighting for those beautiful things, because there's beautiful people out there everywhere. Light workers all over the world that are working to make this a much better world for us all to live in. And you can be part of it too. There's a lot of amazing people out there right now. And tune into them, listen to them, pay attention. Get rid of any preconceived ideas that you've always had and be ready for something new and different and enlightening and awakening to more truth and more beauty and more love. So I hope that you'll continue to search and find your higher guides and ask them what their names are. And if you're asking for a certain thing for health, ask for your health angels to come in and your healing angels. If you're wondering about direction, ask for that from your higher guides, and they'll prompt you. They'll talk to your soul and say, well, do this, do that. If you're having some problems in relationships, listen, and they will, and sometimes we can't do anything. We thought we've done everything we could do. That's the time that we say, okay, I don't know what to do. I've tried, but please, God, I'm going to let go and let you take care of this in my life. I'm going to trust that you know the better way, because I've tried what I could and I don't know. And so if you can just take it over and take care of these things that I don't know what to do, let go and let God do these things that you don't feel you have any power over. And then trust that the right things are happening, and be in a place of peace and love when you're in interactions with people. Try to stay away from contention and anger and fighting, because that doesn't help. What helps is complimenting, looking for good with people, and loving. I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe that he was the great example of love. He taught us all how to love. He said, love one another as I have loved you. He taught us a lot in the Beatitudes about how to be in the world so that you could be a child of God. So I would encourage you to study the Beatitudes, because the Beatitudes help us have the right attitude about things. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. All of those Beatitudes have important, different messages to help us with our attitude. And Jesus was helping us. He was helping us to try to be happier people and feel more joy and love and miracles like he performed. Because love can perform miracles. It's amazing. And faith can perform miracles. If you can develop faith, it's stronger than hope. I see this happening. And so, if you don't know much about Christ, I will talk more about Christ on some of these episodes, and I will talk about the amazing person that he was. You can tune into Christ. You can tune into God. You can tune into Mother Mary. You can ask different spiritual people that you respect for guidance. One of my guides is Joan of Arc, and she has helped me to have courage to go out and do things that I wouldn't normally say or do, and write books that I wouldn't normally write. And I feel this warrior spirit with Joan of Arc that has helped me. So, find out what your guides are. We all have them. We have these beautiful guides. And you can always tell if it's a good guide by the results and the feelings you feel, the joy you feel. And if you don't feel those things, if you feel darkness or something else, then it's incorrect. And pray for protection against that. And you will be protected against any dark energies. The light is more powerful than the dark. And so if you live in the light, you will be a much happier person and a more powerful person too, because the light is stronger than the darkness. So I hope today that you've been able to maybe start to understand a little bit more about your spiritual guides and how to attune with them. And if you'd like to know more, I have a whole chapter on tuning into higher guides and learning to listen to them for help in life in my book, The Path of Love and Light. And it is on Amazon, and I would love to share it with you. And hopefully you'll find some great new spiritual help as we go through these challenging and exciting spiritual times. And I wish the best for you. I wish God to bless you and your angels to be with you at all times to help you be happy and hopeful that the world is going to be a much more wonderful place as this great awakening continues to happen. We'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to the channel, the Love and Light channel.